Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. Look, I got the new Shure SM7B. Is it called that? It's something, the expensive microphone. You would have seen this on such shows as True Geordie, Joe Rogan, and now here on Football Therapy. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, of those of you who love and prefer the wall-style videos, I still do them intermittently in between. In fact, I've got expensive new lighting. And more stuff is arriving. I'm really trying to increase the level of quality and variation here on the channel on Football Therapy to try and give more enriching and nourishing, entertaining experiences to you guys, the viewer. Today we're talking about Stephen. What's his name? Stephen? Yes, it's Stephen Pagliuca, who's made a statement on buying Chelsea. The guy in the dark. Up until now, silent, working through stuff behind the scenes. He's spoken on his plans for Chelsea. I think he's been backed by John Terry's True Blue Consortium gang happy vibe thing now as well. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to reference an article from The Guardian. So settle in and get comfortable. If you think you might dig the content coming, please do consider dropping a like. It means a lot. And subscribing. Hey, that's nice too. And you just click, right? One thing, a lot of people have messaged me and they've complained they're not getting notified by YouTube about my uploads. First of all, naughty YouTube. Second of all, make sure you have notifications all turned on, and you have to go into the app and ensure that you do get updated. It's pretty sneaky from YouTube, man. So let's talk about it. Boston Celtics co-owner vows to ensure Chelsea remain, quote, habitual winners. This is the kind of thing we want to hear as Chelsea fans. Remaining habitual winners. Constantly competing. Not, oh yeah, we'll do our best and we want to stay in the Champions League. We want to remain a Champions League club. No, habitual winners. I like the sound of that. So let's see what they have said. Stephen Pagliuca, the co-owner of the Boston Celtics basketball team, has confirmed his interest in buying Chelsea, saying his takeover would ensure the club to continue to be, quote, habitual winners, and he would never again try and join a European Super League, which obviously is music to all of our ears, and would remain at Stamford Bridge, though this is the kind of thing the Ricketts was saying. This is certainly the kind of thing that Todd Boehly would say. This is the thing that people say. It's just pretty easy stuff. So before I'm gonna reserve judgment until we walk through this a little bit more together. But we'll see what they're saying. So let's get into it. Pagliuca's bid for Chelsea was included last month on the shortlist of a possible takeover for the options for Rain Group, essentially. Do you remember they announced the 4 shortlisted bidders, and out of nowhere, Pagliuca arrived and he hadn't spoken to the public since. Todd Boehly has sort of said stuff, so certainly the Ricketts were saying loads of stuff, but no one knew about Pagliuca. He was moving quietly until now. So yeah, of course, the Rain Group put them through, and they are the US bank handling the sale. But little has been heard of the American who is co-chairman of Bain Capital, a private investment firm. He has now decided to make his intentions clear of submitting a formal bid prior to Thursday's deadline. In this statement, the 67-year-old said, by the way, you get no young billionaires, do you, apart from Roman Abramovich? Do you know Roman was younger than me or my age when he bought Chelsea Football Club? Doesn't that make you feel sick? I know all of you watching this are probably thinking, what? That's mental. Yeah, and you're 22, right? That's what you're all thinking. I don't want to shock you guys. I'm 33. I've seen it all, man. So yeah, what I'm saying is, no young billionaires. Anyway, Pagliuca had this to say, quote, this process has been a disconcerting time for the club and fans. True. Throughout my life and career, my ethos has always been to operate quietly, like a ninja. He didn't say like a ninja, but he has been operating like a ninja. Throughout my life and career, we've said that. Quietly, with integrity, and let my actions and results speak loudly. However, it is imperative to clarify and assure supporters about our bid group and its commitments, to emphasize how seriously we take our potential responsibility to Chelsea. So the PR has begun. Stand up and make your PR heard. That's what Pagliuca's doing. He goes on to say, our first focus and goal is to make strategic investments to continue competing for championships and trophies. Yeah. We will support our players and managers to make sure that Chelsea are habitual winners and title contenders. That's good, important. Habitual winners would be like, don't worry, every 3 seasons we're going to win a League Cup. No. Title contenders, that's what you want to hear. Whether in the Premier League, Champions League, or in the Women's Super League. Good. And then brackets, the only Super League we intend in competing in, for the record. Bit of fun there, referencing the European Super League. I mean, that's a bit cheesy, but I get it. In addition, we will continue to invest into the youth academy to develop the stars of the future, and we would not be in this process if we did not have an exciting and inclusive vision for Chelsea. What do they mean by that? I tell you, they mean, bloody hell, we see what's going over with the Ricketts bid. Inclusivity, okay? No Islamophobia here. We love everyone. They're clearly seeing what's going wrong. I feel like with these microphones, you always see people on the podcast like adjusting the little knobs in it, but it doesn't really do anything. So there you go. Look behind the curtain. So yeah, they want to keep Chelsea inclusive and all that gear. The quote goes on, ladies and gentlemen, so let's hear it. Our second focus will be to continue to cherish and preserve the legacy and traditions of the club. In 20 years of ownership, the Boston Celtics, we have not once considered changing the name, changing the colours, changing the logo of the club. This is our guarantee to Chelsea fans. Not only are we committed to remaining at the home of Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, but we are inspired to renovate and redevelop the stadium. Chelsea is a world-class team in a world-class city with world-class fans. Come on. I mean, I think all of that, but come on. This is so... I mean, you were expecting this kind of like, cheese fest, weren't you? It deserves a world-class stadium. Yes, tick. We're with you. Pagliuca's consortium, which has confirmed includes Larry Tenenbaum, chairman of the NBA, is complicated by the fact he and a group of investors recently purchased 55% controlling stake of Atalanta, of course, in Serie A. Under UEFA rules, 2 clubs, directly or indirectly controlled by the same entity, cannot be involved in the same competition, the Champions League. So were Pagliuca owned Chelsea and Atalanta both to qualify for next season's Champions League, one would have to drop out. Big problem there, of course. Pagliuca has, however, made clear that he will follow all required rules and regulations to ensure his bid for Chelsea can proceed and be successful. Quote, he said, we will submit a substantial and credible bid proposal, one that we expect will meet the respective requirements and regulations of the Premier League, UK government, and UEFA, he said. We pledge to honour our commitment and credibility for the good guardianship of Chelsea football from day one. Basically, man, what he's saying here, Pagliuca, he was like, look, I know the deal with Atalanta, and the truth is, man, I was ready to drop that as soon as I thought, if I'm going to do this, that's got to go immediately. I got to, out of my head, do you know what I mean? Gone. So fair enough. Pagliuca has said he's partnered with Tenenbaum and announced the other members of his consortium as former Disney chief. Disney chief! Let it go! Interesting. Bob Iger. Facebook co-founder Eduardo Saverin. What are these people like? We've teamed up for the powers of Disney, Facebook, and the Boston Celtics. Businesswoman Elaine Saverin, Golden State Warriors, LA Dodgers, Todd Boehly, LA Dodgers, and Los Angeles FC co-owner Peter Guber. B Capital founder Raj Ganguly, venture capitalist Jim Breer, investor John Burbank, and tech entrepreneur Div Tarakia, if that's how you say it. My word, that is a big old Avengers super happy friend gang that are coming together to try and buy Chelsea. I mean, obviously there's going to be these big consortiums, but with Boehly's gang, his team's well small. He needs to get more friends. All right, let's wrap it up. The other three contenders to buy Chelsea are the consortium led by LA Dodgers part owner Todd Boehly, of course, one that we've spoken about at length. One led by British businessman Sir Martin Broughton and Lord Sebastian Cohen. The Ricketts family, who own the Chicago Cubs baseball team and have faced a backlash over their desire to buy Chelsea due to accusations of Islamophobia leveled at Joe Ricketts, the family's patriarch. By the way, not just that. There's a bunch of reasons, but that is obviously one of them. The Chelsea Supporters Trust have publicly voiced concerns about the Ricketts takeover, which has been followed by fans' protest outside Stamford Bridge prior to the recent defeat to Brentford. We all know about that. In response, the Rickett family has said, quote, rejects any form of hate in the strongest possible terms. Cool. I would be, surprised if they went, you got us, we're racist. So, On Tuesday, the Ricketts confirmed if their bid's successful, Lord Karan Billy Moraya, if that's how you say it, a Chelsea fan. Of course he's a Chelsea fan. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's a bloody Chelsea fan when they're trying to buy Chelsea. And founder of Cobra Beer, it's better than Singer Beer, as well as outgoing president of the Confederation of British Industry, will have a seat on the board. Quote, I founded Cobra Beer, just down the road from Stamford Bridge. That's okay, fair enough. Didn't know that was down the road. And have been a season ticket holder for many years. I mean, they could be like, I live and work in London. I've had a season ticket. The thing is, rich billionaires, right? And I don't mean to be cynical here, but this is the truth. Rich billionaires in London, they will have Southwest London, Swanky, the King's Road. They'll just have a season ticket holder at Chelsea. They will just have it. It's absolute peanuts for them. They'll have a box. Whenever they fancy it, they'll pop down. You know what? Again, being cynical, I'm not naming names here, but that same theoretical businessman will have a season ticket holder at Arsenal. He'll have a season ticket holder at Tottenham, so those like nice stadiums, probably. I wouldn't read too much into this. Anyway, this guy is a Chelsea fan. So when Tom Ricketts approached me to discuss a leading role in his bid group, there was no way I could refuse. Tom and the wider group have a proven track record of running successful sports teams and a strong vision for both club and local community. And there's a little bit more, but we'll stop there in terms of the article. Go check it out. The Guardian, Sachin Nakrani, I think you pronounced the journalist's name. Excuse me if that's incorrect pronunciation. What do you think, guys? Team Pagliuca coming up the rear? To overtake Ricketts and maybe get up there with Boehly? Is Boehly still the front runners? Who do you want? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, give me feedback. Do you like this? Obviously, we've gone borderless. I've gone for the high quality microphone. I've even tweaked some settings so the video should be slightly different. Obviously, I'm going to still do wall videos, but I want to do this kind of content in between. I want to keep it fresh and alternate, so it's always a little bit different for you guys because they are both different vibes. I've spoken to people, fans and viewers of the channel. This obviously is a very different style to standing at the wall, and people like both. I know people fight for their own preference, like, I want this one, but I want this one. But I think most people, if they think about it, they enjoy both styles, and they might enjoy the fact how they'll be getting both styles. So let me know what you think. Thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a lot. And yeah, see you soon. Peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.